Motorsport in Paris, France. It's the K1 European Grand Prix 2005. Hello, everybody. I'm the voice, Michael Chavello, with Lightning Mike Angove. And tonight, Europe and Japan's best two battle in an 8-man tournament. And then we've got the super fight the K1 world's been waiting 3 years for. A grudge battle of the Frenchmen as the Marseille-based Cyril Abidi takes on Paris's own Jerome Lebana. And Mike Angove, I cannot wait for that one.
Well, l'enfant terrible and Cyril Abidi, and they have a grudge match with these two. Rumours going through all the internet sites everywhere around the world that they have already actually had a no-rules street fight in a backstreet gym in the middle of France, and there is no lost love between these two at all.
And our 8 combatants for our Grand Prix tournament making their way on stage. The two favourites of the tournament, of course, have to be Alexei Ignashov in bracket B of the draw. And then you've got Hightower from Holland, the 211-centimetre Semi-Schilt inside A of the draw, Mike.
Well, Semi-Schilt coming off an absolute destruction of Montagne Silva in Korea. Alexei Ignashov, I'm not even so sure he should be fighting. You could see there just a moment ago his right leg heavily bandaged. He is carrying an injury. He's carrying a torn posterior cruciate ligament. And I wonder really whether he should be in this tournament, Mike.
Some interesting contenders also in this lineup here. Freddie Cameo from France could be a real dark horse, Mike, and an exciting fighter who, rumour has it, may be venturing to New Zealand for the next Oceania show on July 30.
Well, he's certainly a dynamic fighter. He's a great exponent of dynamic aerial kicks, particularly jumping, spinning hook kicks. And he is a very, very fast-paced fighter. So I'm looking forward to seeing him if he does come down here. And, of course, that'll depend on how he performs in tonight's event.
And there he is, the hot favourite, Semi-Schilt from Holland, 211 centimetres, 116 kilos. And he's got the karate gi and the black belt on. And there's Freddie Cameo, as we mentioned. Also look out for the Czech fighter, Peter Vondracek. He really could upset Semi-Schilt if Schilt's having an off night, Mike.
Well, Vondracek has always been one of those B-class fighters that's had the ability to make it, but he's never quite stepped up. He's very durable, has a good set of hands on him, so that could be the match out to watch.
Also, one of the other fighters I'm looking forward to, Aziz Kartu. He's had some fantastic fights here in Paris in the past. A very exciting, well put together, very chiseled fighter taking on the iron leg Benazouz.
Well, I don't know too much about Benazouz, but Kartu is another fighter who's come from a traditional kickboxing background, which is no leg kicks. So he's got very, very strong hands and dynamic head kicks. He's a much smaller fighter, typically going up against these much bigger guys.
Well, Naful Benazouz coming in as a last-minute replacement for Khalid Dai Faust. And also, Mike, we've got another interesting super fight. The old warhorse of K1. He's still going after all these years. Nobuaki Kakura taking on the German street fighter Maverick. There's Maverick on screen.
Well, unless they're going to allow this to be a no-rules fight, I don't see Maverick lasting long at all. He's a very, very interesting fighter, heavily tattooed. In fact, he has no eyebrows.
He's got his eyebrows painted on, Mike. Unbelievable. And there he is, the Sato Kaikan veteran. He has been around forever and a day. You know what, Mike? I think his birth certificate was actually etched on a stone tablet. That's how old Nobuaki Kakura is.
Well, I think he was around the same time as Moses, wasn't he? A genuine... I mean, look at the guy. He's a legend. He did start at 69 kilos, and now he's fighting right up at about 92, 93 kilos.
Of course, a famed K1 referee, former karate champion of Japan. And this, of course, as we said earlier on, is the grudge match the whole world has been waiting for. If you're a soccer follower, you'll know that Marseille and Paris are the biggest rivals in French soccer. And tonight, you can already hear the Parisian crowd booing the Marseille-born Cyril Abidi as he's set to take on Paris's own battling cyborg, Jerome Lebana. And have a listen to the ovation in a moment when the battling cyborg makes his way onto the platform.
And here we come, Lebana.
Now that is a round of applause.
Well, no hometown favouritism there, is there, Mike?
Jerome Lebana fighting in Paris. He last fought here 2 years ago. ago in his comeback fight after injury, where he knocked out Vitaly Akhrimenko in only 1 round. Tonight, the grudge match against Cyril Abidi and Mike, that is one that we have all been waiting so long for.
Well, Abidi's one of those fighters. He looks absolutely awful at times, and sometimes his style is so unorthodox, he can put off the better fighters. Guys like Labana, Ray Sefo, Peter Ertz have all found him incredibly difficult. The trick, too, is how well healed is Peter Ertz's left arm.
Here we have the 2 elimination brackets. Ignashov versus Uchida. Katu versus the Iron Leg in bracket number B. In bracket A, the raging favourite Semi Schilt and the Czech Peter Bondracek. Nobu Hayashi takes on the exciting Freddie Kameo. And folks, when we return, fight time.
You are the best of the best.
There can only be one winner.
I just had this big All Black coming towards me. What was I supposed to do? Tackle him?